Hey guys, hello folks. It's the 7th of June and it's day 78 of our lockdown blog.
It is day 78.
I say it's the 7th of June. That's only because we've started this after midnight. So officially it's the 6th of June. It's still day 78
good
though.
save. Well done.
Yeah, I just realised I checked the date to check what date it was, but obviously that changes after midnight. That's how that goes.
I'm back in my fleece.
Yeah.
This is an item of clothing I used to, long-term fans will of course remember. This was an item of clothing I used to wear a lot in the early days of the blog. And then the weather became warm and I thought I would never wear it again.
It wasn't that stopped you wearing the fleece. You'd left the fleece on the floor in Poppet's room.
Oh, yes.
And she got a bit of meat in it.
And yeah, Poppet started sleeping on the fleece and I wasn't going to take it away from her.
Yeah.
And
literally, we padded an entire room out for that cat and she chose to make your coat a bed.
Or occasionally she would sleep on the hard bit of floor that we hadn't managed to pad.
Yeah, which she couldn't pad because it was behind the door, so that you couldn't pad it because you wouldn't be able to open the door.
And she didn't want us to open the door because she didn't want us to leave. Or she wanted us to open the door so she could leave, which was not on.
Yeah, I think there was an element of, because she didn't even particularly at that point want us to be in there with her, but she was just like, no, fuck you, if you're not allowed out. No, if I'm not allowed out, you're not allowed out.
Yeah. I'm going to exercise the tiny amount of control that I have.
Fair play, Pops.
Yeah.
Fair play. She's doing actually quite... We haven't updated on her for a while. She is doing okay. We did have a moment today where there was a potential fleeting moment of panic. Our immediate next door neighbour that's attached to us, because we're a semi-detached house, and knocked on the door today and just went, is Poppet still the one with the limp? And I was like, yeah. And he went, yeah, just saw her try to jump over the fence to get into our garden and fall backwards back into your garden, so you might want to check that she's okay. So it's the first time I've known of her attempting her way out, and she tried and failed, but I went out and she was fine. She wasn't limping any more than she had been.
Slowly growing in confidence, but not quite.
Yeah, I think she was testing the waters to see if she could do it, and she can't quite. It's quite a tall fence, to be fair.
The fear is that she does it and then can't get back.
Yeah.
But
well, luckily, I think our neighbours are quite switched on to which cats are ours, and clearly, because they know the names of them, and we've got 4.
Maybe they watch this.
Yeah, maybe they do. But yeah, no, they knocked on our door to tell us to check that she was okay, which was very, very nice of them.
We've got collars, new collars on all of them now.
Except Poppet.
Because we do try and
haven't managed to go on her
be responsible pet owners and put collars on our cats, but they don't like wearing them.
They slip them.
I didn't realise how often cats just lose their collars.
Not all cats are fucking cats.
All 4 of them, though.
Yeah. Well, no, Poppet doesn't, actually, but we haven't managed to get a collar back on Poppet yet. Poppet is quite rightly suspicious when we walk towards her with any sense of purpose, because when we've been doing that over the last 10 weeks, it's usually been to either put her in a cat carrier and take her to the vet, or to lock her in a room that she doesn't want to be in. Here she is.
Yeah,
so, yeah, if you walk towards her with any sense of purpose, she goes, no.
Oh.
And buggers off. So we haven't actually managed to get a poppet on her, a collar on her. But the rest of them have got collars with tags on now. But yeah, they can slip a collar as soon as look at it, mate. However, it is good because Ford, who is one of the new little kittens, is a narc and will bring other cats' collars back. But never his own.
No, he finds them in the garden and brings them home.
I think because they got bells on them, and they sort of, I guess, look like a little fun toy thing, I guess. He's come back in quite proudly carrying other people's collars in his mouth, but never his own. Well, so he's a narc, but he's not a stupid narc.
It's a shame though as well, because my sister got us some really nice individual cat tags.
Yeah, with
Arthur
their
and
names.
Ford, and little Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Well, it's Ford Perfect and Arthur Dent.
Yeah.
Like from the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. So they had one of them had a whale and the other had a bowl of petunias, which if you've read...
That said, oh no, not again.
Yes, so if you've read those books, you'll know those references. But unfortunately, because they lose their collars all the time, and we managed, because Ford brought Arthur's back.
Yeah, we managed to get it back on him.
But he's lost that again now.
But so,
yeah. We may never see...
He had actually had another collar in the interim, but yeah, like Ford had months, well maybe not months, but many weeks later came back in with Ford's collar. Arthur's collar. I was like, oh, well done, Ford. That's brilliant. Don't know where that's been till now, but
such nice tags, and now we've just got quite generic.
Yeah, I've just got generic ones that don't say the cat's names at all, but have our contact details and a very basic sort of description of our address, which hopefully anyone who's vaguely local would be able to work out, because it's not even our full address, but it's sort of.
Totems come to say hi.
We probably should have fed them before we sat down to blog, because they're going to all be around now.
There's food there, and look, Poppet's quite happily having some dried food. There is some wet food there as well, so they should be okay.
So we decided today that I demanded yesterday that we needed to make today less heavy. So I've deliberately not looked.
Politics.
Yeah. So I can't say I haven't looked at the news today. I've looked at the news loads today, but I've deliberately not gone through today's news and go, this is something I need to mention in the blog, because we need a day off. So we've had a glass of wine. Well, I've had glasses of wine. You've had a cider or two.
This is my second cider, and I had a glass of wine as well. So, and we're well, okay. I was about to say something, but it wasn't relevant to what you were talking about at all.
Okay, what are you going to say? I don't think I was on a particular.
I was just
tangent.
sort of thinking out loud. Really, it's Saturday tonight, isn't it?
Yeah.
That means tomorrow night I'm going to stay up and watch a wrestling pay-per-view.
Hey!
Because it is NXT In Your House. Which is a reference to pay-per-views that they used to run in the 90s on WWE, where they had a big house set. Excuse me. And I'm not very excited about the pay-per-view, except that I hope they're going to put it in a house.
So
I think, because they used to, in the 90s...
They're going to put it in a house?
Well, in the 90s, they used to have WWE In Your House, which would be like a cheaper pay-per-view that would run in between the big ones, like Survivor Series and Royal Rumble. And they'd always have like a big set, like a house. That looked a bit kind of cheap, but it was very cheap and cheerful and colourful, and day glow was the style at the time.
One of them's in on his own.
That's Totem, yeah, just a little bit of Totem. He's talking about wrestling again. I'll do something cute so they've got something to watch while he's droning on. But
that's my thinking.
So they brought back, I think, partly because it's their 25th anniversary and a bit of nostalgia, they've gone, we'll bring back the In Your House brand. And I think partly because it's a bit cute, because it's like, hey, it's a pandemic.
Oh, you're all in your house.
So it's In Your House.
Yeah.
NXT In Your House, because no one can watch it live. So we, but I'm not very excited about any of the matches, and it's going to be an empty arena show, so there isn't going to be a crowd.
I think you're a bit over it now, aren't you? I think you're a bit over the novelty of it.
AEW is still really good, but most of the WWE stuff, like when they do big novelty matches, like the Money in the Bank, sort of fighting through the building, that was quite fun. Like, not very good, but quite fun. But the empty arena stuff I'm struggling with now. I just want crowds to come back, or for them to just pause and like leave off for a bit. But yeah, it'll be fun, I imagine. I'll have a couple of ciders and have some snacks and make the best of it. But yeah, I didn't mean to even talk about it. I didn't mean to just sort of just thinking out loud. Well, we were talking about cats, and I did have something else to say about cats.
Okay, why didn't you say that then?
Well, I know. I've been meaning to, and then I just thought, oh, is it Saturday? Oh, that means that's tomorrow. But I must remember to watch it. But so my friend Fog, who watches these,
yes,
he said that I've mentioned slow blinks on here a few times.
Yeah.
And he's like, he doesn't know what that is, and he wants a demonstration. I worry this is just some sort of attempt at long distance manipulation.
Oh, I think he's probably fucking with you.
Yeah, I think he is fucking with me, but
maybe I should give Fog a little slow blink.
Yeah. I mean, if his next thing is like, oh, I don't know what boobs are. Show us your boobs. We'll be like, Fog, we're on to you. We know you've seen boobs. You've got some.
Does he?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's a chunky boy. I'm just being mean.
Yeah. It's fine.
And I am not exactly as slender as I used to be. But
no, me. I am about 3 pounds off the heaviest I've ever been in my life. And I'm just embracing
boobs,
it.
Do you?
No, I got lady boobs.
Lady boobs.
Best
kind of boobs.
They are the best kind of boobs, actually. No, big old fat as butter. And I'm not really giving many shits about it, to be honest. I think everybody's doing their own thing when it comes to lockdown. My hair is inexplicable. My skin's fairly terrible. I've started in the last few days trying to look after my skin a bit better. and you know, actually like do the whole fucking works and cleanse, tone, moisturize, oils and all sorts of stuff, because yeah, my skin's been terrible. But yeah, I think I've made a bit of a decision in the last few days. Oh god, looking at it on the screen is not good. Looks like candy floss. I think it's just in terrible condition, and no amount of hair masks are going to resolve it.
I meant to wash mine today, and it's just looking quite sort of lank and greasy now.
It kind of looks shiny. I think you get away with it, but yeah, I think you can either have mad colour hair because you have to bleach it to make it go mad colours, or you can have long hair, but you cannot do both unless you have thicker, better hair than I do. So I think going back brown when this is all over, when I can actually let a proper, responsible hairdresser have after my hair.
I've never known you with like a sensible colour.
No, you might not like me.
No, might lose all interest.
Well, that's a shame because we bought a fridge together today.
Oh, we did. Yes. Oh, then I'm back in. I do like frozen goods.
Yeah.
Not just a fridge, it's a freezer as well. That's why that makes sense.
Yeah. Big American style one.
Yes. Invested, haven't we?
Yeah, that's a grown-up malarkey thing there. Mainly, I think that, well, we just don't have enough fridge and freezer space, which is a good enough reason in itself. But I think with me having a vegan diet and you having an omni diet, that sort of makes it tricky to sort of stockpile anything to any extent. We just need more room. So yeah, bought a fridge. How grown up is that?
Very grown up.
Also, if I look very lethargic, I do apologise. I am so full. I'm full to the point of discomfort that I am aware I am probably like doing like, oh lordy, sort of.
We had a big old korma.
Oh, he cooked me a big old korma, and it was lush, but crikey, I ate too much of it.
Yeah, that was from Jamie Oliver's recipe.
Very good.
Which I didn't follow quite slavishly because it's hard to get hold of bits. Sometimes right now you go to the shops and you have to make do, and like, you know, sometimes you're just like, no, money's, you know, I know we just said we bought a freezer, but we're not loaded. We maybe I don't buy flaked almonds for one meal that we're never going to use again, you know, and things like that.
That's fair.
Maybe I'm not going to get hold of fresh ginger. I'll just use some a scoop of some stuff from
the stuff.
Dried, you know, this powdered ginger.
Powdered ginger, yeah.
Oh, so good with words, man. That's why I'm a professional writer.
Sometimes. Oh god, I'm so full. Yeah. So, I'm kind of deliberately keeping it off anything vaguely sensible today and vaguely meaningful.
I was going to do the slow blink to show fog.
Oh.
I said even
should
though I
both
thought it was
give fog a
fucking
slow
with him,
blink.
yeah.
There you go.
So have you got any physical actions you'd like to see demonstrated on the blog?
No.
Keep them clean.
No, that's for our OnlyFans.
Our OnlyFans?
No, do you not know what OnlyFans is?
Oh, right. No, I don't, because I'm very naive. Why don't you explain it to the viewer?
No, because I'll be explaining it to your dad.
And your mum.
Yeah, I think she might have stopped watching. She stopped mentioning it in a while.
Okay.
No. Let's just leave that there. Mum, ask me in private what OnlyFans is.
If you have anything you'd like to see us do, include it in your message when you donate at coffee.com.
Yeah. Well, actually, in a clean and not OnlyFans sort of way, we should, now that we're on day 78, I think that means that, well, the likelihood of some semblance of lockdown still going on by day 100 is fairly likely, unless something mad happens in the interim, which the world could have ended by then, the way it's going, but it might not have. So I think we should plan something for day 100. It'll probably be a stupid day of the week, but days of the week don't matter to a lot of people right now. So I think maybe a live one would be fun. But I'm open to suggestions. So if people who are watching this, if any of you still are, let us know if you think you've got any ideas for Blog 100.
Yeah, I don't know.
Which will be in 22 days.
Yeah, we'll have to figure out how we do a live one. Because we can do it to Facebook Live, but then how do we get it in the YouTube stream?
Well, you can live stream to YouTube.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can then save that and post it to Facebook.
Well, if you live stream to YouTube, that would just be a YouTube video and you just post the link, right? Presumably?
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Yeah, I can live stream. I don't know if we can see the comments while it's happening, but maybe we'd need to set up a computer so we could see the comments separately. I don't know. Don't know. We'd have to experiment. But yeah, so suggestions for day 100, because it looks like some semblance of it will be going on at that point.
What day are we on now?
78.
78. And we finally got around to sort of doing a bit of housework, haven't we?
How dare you? I've done loads of housework.
I don't mean housework. I've done a bit of housework as well.
Yeah.
But I don't mean housework. I mean more like
household big tasks.
Like kind of people going, lockdown's happening. It's time to kind of get the house in order and kind of...
Some of the stuff that I mentioned doing in like our first couple of weeks of lockdown.
Moving furniture around.
Yeah, reorganising
rooms.
What triggered that was basically having... Because Poppet has had 2 bedrooms through the course of her convalescence. So to begin with, she was in the box room, which is a very little room, which I sort of call the office, because at one point it was an office, but it hasn't actually been an office of mine for a long time. And it hasn't been an office since you've lived here. It's just been a junk room. But we emptied that room in order that Poppet could have a bit of room to manoeuvre that was a bit bigger than a crate, but still wouldn't have her jumping up and down on furniture and stuff when she'd first broken her leg. So that room had been sort of emptied in order to sort of pad it out and make it into a cat bedroom. And then when she was a bit better and was driving herself mental and was climbing the walls and was a bit better on her feet, we moved her to the spare bedroom, which has got a bed in it. But she was able to get up and down from that without hurting herself. So we'd actually kind of cleared out the junk room, and for it being cleared out... Are we keeping you busy there, fella?
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna...
For having cleared it out and starting to put stuff back in it, I thought, well, we might as well actually do this in a vaguely organised manner. So we've changed the position of some of the furniture that was in there and moved a bookcase that was in our conservatory up there, turning it back into where I keep all my officey work, home officey stuff. But we're downstairs in the living room where we film this. This is where my computer is, which we've turned around so it's facing the wall instead of facing the room, so that we've got a backdrop for, well, mainly for you doing Forza Crowd was actually why we did this. But yeah, this is sort of where I do my work, but it doesn't need to be where I keep all of my like files of receipts and important documents and all that jazz. So that's gone back upstairs. So there's some exciting content there, isn't it, guys? Moved some furniture today.
Yep. We haven't made much progress on the video that we're making today, but we are slowly plodding through with that.
Do we have too much left to do on that?
We've got a fair bit left to do.
Do we?
On that. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you'd done quite a lot of that. Oh, right.
No,
Okay.
well, we still got to do all our pieces to camera.
Oh yeah.
And there's a couple more bits to film in between and things.
I could only think of one other bit that we had to film, but I forgot about all the pieces to camera.
Yeah, so, no, there's a few more bits.
Fair. Oh God.
But I thought that's why I was on my phone, because I thought maybe I'd give people a bit of a tease of what they can expect.
Okay.
Right. So this is.
Fuck off.
There you go.
Fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off.
And then.
So that's us getting some friends to record some stuff for us.
I watch Britain's Got Talent, you prick.
So.
So keep an eye on this channel and look out for those.
That's the sort of wit and sophistication you can expect from this sketch that I'm writing. So I need to crack on with that.
Probably do.
I've been quite distracted by all these comic books I've been reading.
Yeah.
It's no good, is it?
You have been ploughing through them, but yeah, there's still a lot of them left, isn't there? And actually, I forgot that I've got a little pile of them to read, because you put a pile of them in the room while I was stuck in the room with Poppet, and entirely forgot about them. And then it was only today when I was moving stuff around, I was like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be reading these. So I've put them on my bedside table, where I will hopefully remember them.
Like 5 that I've put in a pile that I thought are good ones to.
We've mentioned them previously. I will at some point, but actually what I finally got around to doing today was I went on my Audible account, because again I've racked up like 6 credits. I don't know if anybody here uses Audible, but basically you pay $9.99 a month, but every month you get a credit which you can put towards any book of basically any value. So most books have an RRP of higher than $9.99 when they're released, and so today I got around to actually using some of those. Not going to get into heavy stuff, but I decided I wanted to do, so I'll just, I got 3 books that are on the recommended reading list for Black Lives Matter. So I downloaded 3 of those as audiobooks, which I will listen to in my own time. But for non-serious reading, I've got 3 credits left, so hit me up.
What about that Adam Buxton book?
I got 2 credits left,
There you
so
go.
hit me up.
Yes.
So yeah, that's another thing I've done today.
What does that say? You put on your notes MMR. Is that measles, mumps and rubella, probably?
That says hair.
Oh, hair. Oh, you mentioned
That's
that.
HAIR. See? Do you see it now?
H-A-I-R.
Yeah, no, I've mentioned
You have
that
the
though.
handwriting of a doctor.
Yeah, well, I was only writing it so that I'd be able to read it.
I saw a hedgehog today.
That was yesterday.
Nope, saw another one today.
What are you keeping secret hedgehogs from me for?
Well, I took a photo and I forgot to send it to you.
Secret hedgehogs?
Secret? Well, it's not a secret if I mean to tell you about it.
You're only telling me in front of these people.
Yeah, that's less of a secret
We're
than ever.
supposed to talk about these things.
Really?
Whenever you see a small, cute woodland creature, I demand that you immediately let me
That
know.
was pretty cute.
Yeah!
But the trouble, I can never.
Secret fucking hedgehogs.
But then Lucy always wants to like approach the hedgehog, and I have to be like, Lucy.
Yeah, they don't like that.
They don't like that because
No.
like I'm respectful about it, you know, and I think they can sense that.
You're an ally.
But yeah, but the hedgehogs, oh.
They are very cute.
But Lucy is.
Oh, it's a little snuffly creature. She wants to get all up in that, I
wants to
imagine.
kind of be friends with it, I think. But,
Yeah, I would
'cause
imagine
that's-
so.
You know, she quite.
Well,
really
actually, yesterday we got another little cute creature sneaking
such a licky dog.
sneaking into our house. I'm not sure you're allowed to call them dogs when they're smaller than that. Like, that isn't a dog. That is a Pokemon.
Basically like a cat.
Oh, it was cute. It's smaller than a cat. Our cats are bigger than that dog. Basically, a neighbour of ours. I didn't know at the time that this was their Chihuahua, although I remembered knowing that they had a Chihuahua and put 2 and 2 together. But yeah, tiny little, ridiculously cute dog.
Was it in our drive?
Yeah, it was coming up our drive. I mentioned yesterday, I think my mum and Ari were leaving. And then suddenly, as I was sort of going, bye, love you, this little, gorgeous little critter just appeared. And it was like this big, like so cute. A little creamy coloured Chihuahua. And my jury is, it's not even really out on Chihuahuas. I don't normally like them, but that's mainly due to personalities of Chihuahuas rather than the sort of cuteness. It was a very cute little dog, but this was a very friendly, happy, lovely Chihuahua who just immediately, because I had to pick it up because Lucy came around the corner and saw that there was a dog, albeit a stupid one, coming out of the house and started barking, and then the Chihuahua looked a bit nervous. It wasn't wearing a collar, and I thought clearly that's got out of someone's house. So I don't want it running away and me not being able to get it and then somebody having lost their dog. So I thought I'm going to have to grab the dog. So I picked up the dog, but for picking it up, just absolutely loving it and just loving it, absolutely ridiculously cute. But I was like, oh no, but like I can't, Ari and Mum are leaving, but Lucy's barking and the dog's sort of panicking a little bit, and it's like, I can't risk like dropping you or letting you get away. Rang the doorbell because I was coming out the side of the house. Rang the doorbell so that you could come get it. And I was like, hold this. And then I thought, I bet it's Harriet's from over the road.
You did
and
think
thankfully,
it was Harriet's from over the road. You were right. I was secretly hoping it wasn't Harriet's from over the road.
So we get to keep it for a bit longer.
Yeah, just a little bit. Like, this would be a slightly longer search for the dog. I get to cuddle the
Yeah, I hope we reunite it, but I hope we get a little bit of time to catch the dog before we reunite it. That has actually happened to me. That's the second time that's happened to me in this street, and it's been a dog from this street. But previously, it was a dog that had slipped its collar, but it wasn't a neighbour that I knew, and I didn't recognise the dog. You didn't live here then?
No, did I not live here?
Not with the other dog that I found, no.
What was the other? Was that before I moved in?
Yeah, I can't remember if it was while we were dating, because I haven't really got anything to sort of hang it on, other than I remember
You definitely sent me photos of a dog one day.
Oh, no, it's happened 3 times.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
No, one of them was a nearby neighbour, but it wasn't this street.
Was that when I was living here?
Yes.
But I was out.
You lived here, but you were in work, I think.
That's
Previously, there was another dog that was from this street. But I did have to take it to the vets and have it scanned to bring the owners because it didn't have a collar on, which you could see that it was a well-loved and well cared for dog that had just got out and it was just very excited. But yeah, I had to take it to the vet to sort of go, whose is this? And then when we rang them, when the vets rang them, it turned out that they live about 10 doors up, but I didn't know their dog. So again, it was the same day return of dog. But yeah, that's the third time that's happened. Yeah, the one time actually, I was quite annoyed because this dog had followed somebody else that was walking their dog in the woods, and it had followed them home with it. So it picked them up on the walk and stayed with them, and then they had their dogs and they got home and just went in and locked this dog out. But clearly that's someone's dog, and you'd think if you're a dog owner, you'd understand, oh, well, like, I wouldn't want my dog to just be locked down. But I was walking home from the shop, I think, or possibly from Mum and Dad's, but I can't remember. I was walking back anyway, and this dog came out of somebody's front garden, didn't have a collar on, and I was like, oh, hello, lovely, and it was giving me a lot of fuss. And so I went and knocked on that door, because I assumed, oh, that's where I saw it come out of. Is this your dog? And they went, no, it followed us home. I'm like, well, what, and you just locked it out and just ignored it? So yeah, that one was again a trip to the vets to get it scanned, and thankfully it was chipped. So get your dogs chipped, guys, because yeah, but that was I had to. Oh, it was a cute little like sort of Shih Tzu kind of dog. Oh, it was cute. So yeah, this is the trouble with us not having specific things to talk about. I'll waffle on about dogs for ages. You'll do it with cats that you've met. I'll do it about dogs that I've rescued.
Not many new cats for ages. I only go out really to take Lucy for a walk.
I guess when you've got a dog with you, you can't really, yeah.
It's not conducive to good people-cat relations bringing a dog with you.
No, it's bad optics.
And I used to see a dog. No, I didn't. I used to see a cat on my way to work.
Amos.
Yeah, Amos, yes.
He named it Amos. We've got no idea what the cat's actual name is.
We don't know. And it's a ginger cat, and we haven't got a ginger cat.
No.
So it's nice to have one as a friend.
Yeah.
But I've not seen Amos in a long time, because I've not been that far in a long time.
Yeah, it'd be strange.
That's past the Lidl, and I haven't even been to the Lidl.
That's an Aldi as well, so...
It's past the Aldi, and I haven't even been to the Aldi, guys. Imagine.
We don't have a Lidl.
I've not been to an Aldi in years.
You've been in
Months.
years. By 2020 time, God, I mean, it's like, I can't remember going places. Like, it does feel like years since I've been to the cinema or a pub.
I think it's interesting. It shows you what things you miss and what things you don't miss, though. Because, like, I sometimes miss going to the cinema. I miss, like, bear fries. I do not miss Subway sandwiches.
I never really got on board with Subway sandwiches.
Do not miss Greggs.
Really bad bread. I kind of miss Greggs, actually.
Well, actually, now you say that, they're really bad bread. They do a new paprika bread at Subway, and that's quite good.
Their bread's too soft. It's like just biting into nothingness. Like, it's not like soft and fluffy like nice fresh bread that's got a crust on it. It's just like there's no substance to their bread.
Well, I haven't missed it.
Don't like the smell in Subway either. It smells a bit... Doesn't smell like food. Like, you know, in like a place, like a nice restaurant or a bakery, or you go in and like, oh, that smells appetizing. Subway smells sort of fake.
A Subway sandwich.
It's got
it all feels a bit,
not chemically
bit too
exactly,
processed,
but yeah.
And the cheese isn't
There's a bit of a plasticky smell in Subway.
Yeah, the cheese doesn't seem quite real, and it's I know what you mean, actually.
Something a bit uncanny valley. Like this looks like food.
I haven't missed McDonald's. I know a lot of people have missed McDonald's. Yeah. I've missed KFC a bit.
The only reason I've kind of missed Greggs is because I used to rely on the Greggs vegan sausage rolls and now the vegan steak bakes. Because they're basically Greggs, other than around the corner there is a chip shop. It was the only place I could go to near work for hot food on a break that I could guarantee would be vegan. Other than maybe just going to like getting like chips from McDonald's. But McDonald's chips are underwhelming at best. And yeah, very, very salty and not really going to fill a hole. But yeah, I did appreciate there being some vegan options in Greggs. But I only miss them for their convenience while I'm at work, and while I'm not at work, I guess it doesn't really matter. But I do Because I wouldn't actually. There, I assume it's the Greggs. There is a Greggs in walking distance from here. I have no idea if it's open or not. But I wouldn't go out of my way if I was at home to go and get a vegan sausage roll from Greggs.
That's a nice way.
But it is nice to have something fills a hole on a break in work.
I miss being able to go to the Aldi and like get some nice just some.
Pop in on your way home from work.
Yeah, and just get some sort of. I miss being able to just go and just seeing something on a shelf and going, oh, that's new. I'll pick that up. I've not had that before. I'm getting that.
Yeah, they sometimes have quite good vegan goodies in Greggs. Not in Greggs. Yeah, just covered that in Aldi.
And like also get like frozen stuff. They get like they did some quite nice southern fried fish burgers, and they did these chicken thigh burgers. Well, they called them burgers.
They weren't burgers.
They were just chicken thighs.
Just massive
in, like,
chicken thighs.
Batter. Yeah, massive chicken thighs, which is better, isn't it? Really, when you think about it.
Yeah, call them that. Like not minced meat, like just actual sort of. I don't even eat it, but at least I can acknowledge that it's
massive battered chicken thighs. Call them. That's,
massive. They were.
Massive.
They were actually huge.
To say I missed them feels like a bit of a stretch because I only really discovered them just as we're going into lockdown.
Discovering things
but
like
I miss,
them.
Yeah, going to Aldi and just getting weird frozen stuff, which and strange booze and like the only booze that we've had lots of red wine and we've had cider.
We had white rum for a bit.
We did have white rum for a bit. I haven't had spiced rum in the longest time. Or like just, like you might go into a pub and try something different. Like a different type of cider or a different... No, you just have red wine, eh? But like...
Red wine and Jaeger bombs. That's basically me. Sometimes if I'm feeling fruity, a shot of tequila.
What about that agua thing?
Agua bombs even better. Actually,
bombs.
I don't like Jaeger bombs that much. Agua bombs though, yes please.
I don't think I'd ever had an agua bomb until I met you. And, and it seems like that.
Being a good influence since 1985.
It's not like we're going to, when we're doing our click and collect Sainsbury's shop, we're not going to get
agua.
So we just get cider and that's fine. It'll do. It keeps us going. There's worse things in the world than just having cider and red wine.
There's not a lot of variety.
There's not.
No.
We don't. You don't try.
Just
because you can go to a pub and go, oh, I fancy something different. But if you go, well, I'm not going to shop for a fortnight. You're going to go for the staples, aren't you? Your regulars.
Right. Well, I tell you what. I did fit part of the brief because I said. We weren't going to talk about anything heavy today. We'll have a silly one. And actually, I think we've just waffled for an entire blog.
I don't know if it's been interesting.
I don't know if it's been of any interest to anyone, but if anyone's lonely or needs to listen to some waffle while they fall asleep.
Maybe it's better when we do see what's going on in the world and talk about that.
Well, we tried something, guys. I can get shouty again tomorrow. Comment and say what you like.
Because the trouble is, there was a lot of stuff to talk about. When lockdown started, a lot of it was kind of novelty, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And there was newness and there was freshness.
But there's not a lot going on in our lives other than what's going on in the news and moving furniture.
Yeah, and then...
I've done loads of washing, guys.
There have been times when there's been more going on, but it's been quite a quiet week and we're just used to lockdown now.
Yeah.
And it's not an unhappy time.
No.
It's not an exciting time, but sometimes it's nice to just have a quiet.
I think the real world is exciting enough right now that actually it's good that at home is quite sort of.
Yeah, we've been sort of following what's been going on in the news and outside.
Quite routine now, in the swing of it.
Watched some Red Dwarf.
Yeah.
Read some comic books. Walked a dog. It's all right, isn't it?
It's all right. It'll do. I did some washing, tidied some stuff.
Yeah, all right. I did the cooking.
Yeah, you did. What? We weren't scoring.
I'm really messing.
Are you though?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Why did you flinch? You flinched.
Terrifying.
I'm formidable. Well formidable, mate. On that note, like and subscribe, guys. Comment on the stuff I've asked about as well, because it would do us a favour. We need some inspiration. Give us some input.
What do you want us to do on day 100?
Day 100. What do you reckon?
What day is your birthday going to be?
It'll be 15 days from now, so 95.
It won't be 15 days from now, will it?
No, it's not. All right, it's what day is it today? It's the 6th. 9 days from now.
Blimey.
Is that maths? Yeah.
I should probably think about getting you a present.
Bless you. You've got no game. You've
What?
been like excited. You've been excited about my birthday for weeks.
It's like birthdays.
Yeah. You didn't do this for last birthday. You didn't do this for your birthday. Like since about
Yeah, I know,
early May,
but-
you've been going. How many days is it since till your birthday?
Yeah, but
What's going on? Oh, what's that interesting envelope that has arrived? I wonder who sent that. That says do not open till the 15th of June. Boy's got no game. It's definitely from him.
It's not from me.
It's definitely from him.
Last year, we had other stuff going on in our
Is
lives.
it from you?
No.
You
Last
see the panic
year-
in his eyes. You can't lie.
Last year we had other stuff going
Boy
on in
got
our
no
lives.
game.
Obviously, I'm excited about your birthday because it's the only thing that is happening to us.
Okay, if it's
at
not
all.
from who would you reckon sent it then?
How do I know? One of your many friends from one of your many group chats. I don't know.
Yeah, that sounded a bit bitter. It's from you
Yeah.
though.
No.
Yeah, who are your many friends from the group chats I'm not in?
I'm not in any of the group chats.
Oh, I'll have to put it to the group, but I'm sure they'd let you in.
I'm not in Swamp Witches or whatever it's called.
Malevolent Swamp Witches.
Yeah.
There's Malevolent Swamp Witches,
Yeah.
Coven, and Are You Dead Yet?
Yeah.
They're my 3 group chats.
There you go.
What
So,
of it?
What of it? Yeah.
What of it?
Well, you got to be dicks about it, actually.
Yeah.
It's fine, isn't it?
Boy's got no game.
You got, you got it.
I got game. Anyway, like and subscribe, guys. There's absolutely no shame in it. Not a bit.